What if the story you've always heard wasn't as peaceful as it sounds? No calm nights, no easy journey, no perfect life, just pressure, fear, sacrifice, and two people trying to do the right thing when everything seemed against them. This is the real struggle of Mary and Joseph. It began in the small, quiet town of Nazareth. Mary was young. Her life was simple. She had dreams like anyone else: marriage, family, a peaceful future. Joseph was known as a hard-working carpenter, honest, calm, respected. Their life was normal, until suddenly, it wasn't. Mary received news that would shake anyone to their core. She would have a child, not in the usual way, not in a way people would understand. Think about her situation. A young woman in a society full of judgment, with a truth no one would easily believe. What would people say? Would they trust her or reject her? Fear must have filled her heart. But instead of running away from it, she chose courage. Joseph faced a different kind of struggle. When he learned Mary was expecting, confusion hit him hard. This wasn't part of the plan. In those times, such a situation could destroy reputations, even lives. Joseph had a choice: walk away quietly or stay and face the consequences. It wasn't easy, but Joseph chose something rare. He chose compassion. From that moment, their life became a journey filled with challenges. Not comfort, not stability, but uncertainty. Then came the journey that tested them both. A decree forced everyone to return to their ancestral towns. For them, that meant traveling from Nazareth to Bethlehem. It wasn't just a trip, it was a test. Long roads, rough paths, cold nights, and Mary was pregnant. Every step must have been painful, every mile heavier than the last. Imagine Joseph walking beside her, trying to stay strong, trying to protect her, but knowing he couldn't control what was ahead. When they finally reached Bethlehem, things didn't get better. They got worse. The town was crowded. Every place was full. They searched for shelter, knocked on doors, asked for help, but no one had space. No one said yes. Think about that moment. After such a hard journey, still no place to rest, still no comfort. And then they found something. Not a home, not a proper room, just a place where animals stayed. It was rough, unclean, uncomfortable, but they had no choice. Sometimes life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you need to survive. That night, Mary went into labor. No doctors, no proper care, no family around. Just Joseph, doing everything he could, trying to stay calm, trying to help, trying not to show his fear. Because in moments like that, fear doesn't help, action does. And then, the child was born. Jesus Christ, not in comfort, not in safety, but in struggle, wrapped in simple cloth, laid in a manger. Think about that. The child who would change the world started life in one of the humblest ways possible. But their struggles didn't end there. In fact, they were just beginning. Soon after, danger appeared. Herod the Great felt threatened by the news of a new king. And when power feels threatened, it reacts. Joseph realized something was wrong. Staying there was no longer safe. So once again, they had to leave. Another journey. This time not for duty, but for survival. They traveled to Egypt, a foreign land, different language, different people, different life. Imagine starting over like that. No support system, no comfort zone, just faith and responsibility. Joseph had to provide for his family in a place he didn't fully know. Mary had to raise a child while living far from home. Everything was uncertain. Everything was unfamiliar. But they kept going, because giving up was never an option. After some time, they returned, back to Nazareth, back to a simple life. But they were not the same people anymore. They had faced fear. They had endured struggle. They had survived uncertainty. and through it all, they stayed strong. So what makes their story powerful? It's not just about what happened. It's about how they handled it. They didn't have perfect conditions. They didn't have easy paths. They didn't have guaranteed outcomes. But they had something stronger: faith, patience, courage. Think about your own life. How often do things go exactly as planned? How often do you feel uncertain, afraid, unsure of what's next? Mary and Joseph felt the same, but they didn't stop. They didn't give up. They moved forward, step by step, because sometimes the hardest paths lead to the most meaningful outcomes. Their story isn't just about struggle. It's about resilience. It's about trusting even when you don't understand. It's about standing strong when everything around you feels unstable. So next time you hear about Mary and Joseph, don't just think about the peaceful scenes. Think about the pressure, the fear, the sacrifices. Because behind that quiet story was a powerful truth. Even in the middle of struggle, something extraordinary can be happening.